Okay, so that was about the hardware. Then the last question. What exactly products do we need to give customer availability to make an easy graphics? I mean, with the creation process. Yes, what customer need to get from us? The cheapest way. Something to create the graphics, something to play it as an application, and then also some, of course, play out the hardware platform. We talk about the few examples of the workflow. Now, just let me know what's the number, what's the products which should be on the PO if you're asking for the price of when you see the project documents to make sure that there's nothing missing. So minimum workflow for the customer.
Okay, maybe we will open a board. Let's see, where's the whiteboard? So the question is, what is the minimum product that a customer should have in order to have a meaningful workflow? What products should be in this workflow?
So we got the first answer. It's correct one. Although the platform could be cheapest.
So the first answer says 3Designer, 4Designer plus Maestro, or 3D Play plus HDVG.
I don't see any other answer, so yeah, that was correct, of course. Yeah, the next answer which I got is even better. HDV GPU with the built-in control machine. Yes, that's the correct one. Then we have just one box and we have all functionality. No external PC are even required. And of course, it's official what we would suggest the customer. Although I need to admit that I saw the installation and the customer which are going on air with the 4Designer just. We don't advise that. It's a really bad idea, but yeah, some of them, because the 4Designer have the ability to connect directly to the render engine on the HDVG and can easily play out all the animations and the graphics, some of the customers are doing also that. So thank you for the questions, for the answers. I will not be asking about type of license. I think it was quite easy. We have like 3 of them, and that will be enough. So now really short one. I would like just to show you how it looks, the HDVG control panel and audio panel, just tab after tab, and what options do we have really there. Just show my screen. Okay, what we see here is the HDVG control panel. And when you open it, it is always empty. Design is not maybe from the last millennium, but it's do what it should be. If we have the fresh installation, which I will show you at the beginning, we're always starting from the empty one. If we have already a system which was pre-installed, it's enough to press open. Then what we have here are the channels. Yes, we can have in the channel single machine, or we could have whole chain of the machine, like for example those which have same configuration for the news, and the different groups of the machine which have same configuration for the virtual set, for example. So if I want to create a new machine, first I need to start with the render stream. The name is not important, it's for us, but I'm always prefer to have it the same as the host name of the machine. Or if I want to use just single name, single configuration for the machine default, that is not doing nothing yet. Yes, then we need to add the render unit machine. So it's really the render engine which will be reading that information. In my case, the same. I don't want to put the host name here, because then it will be dedicated just to the single machine with that host name. For now, I want to have same configuration to all machines which have access to that configuration file. After I added the render unit, I can come back to the video format list. I have several of them. Of course, considering that I'm not working in SD, so I don't need to use between PAL and TSC. The option which we are using for 1080i, let's find it, is this one. It's, of course, as I mentioned you, if you use the P option, amount of your outputs are cut by half, because it's about the resources. And the second thing, for the P, you need to have a special 3G license. That's how it's called. Without that license, render engine will not start with the 1080p resolution. So it's, again, if you see that in the documentation of the project that you are missing, or you are offering something to customer and he's expecting 1080p resolution for Powerwall or from different purposes, make sure that also the additional license for the P will be included. It's called 3G license. So then we are going to the configuration of the machine. Yes, in the most of the cases, the HDVG4 main is enough. Yes, that will contain, that's a single board for the HDVG2U, or for the blend, or the HDVG Plus. If we need more than 4 inputs, I will just shortly jump to the HD inputs right now. Yes, if we need more than 4 inputs, we need also add for HDVG4 grabber. That's the aux port. Those are additional inputs to the HDVG Plus. And with that second board, only inputs are coming. Yes, there is no additional outputs. So we are start preparing the configuration. So we have first for the main dual link connection. As you maybe remember, I mentioned you that dual link it's when we are getting the key and the field separately connected to HDVG. So then from the whole signal we can really cut out just the interesting part, which designer figure out. Yes, so we can have the signal from the video server, but we want just to cut out the car, which is showing we don't want the black background. Yes, that is allowing us more flexibility use of that video clip, of that video insertion, even instead of the video clip in our templates. In the new machine, new configuration which we are setting right now, we never should leave this as a max. It's always indicate the issues. We can strictly define if there is no dual link, or maybe there is just one, or maybe there is just two dual links. If we select two dual links, it's basically occupied all available video inputs in the basic configuration of HDVG Plus or in HDVG2U. Yes, two dual links, it means that all four physical inputs are taken. How they are counted? They are always counted from the top. If we have dual link, single dual link, it means that first and second video insertion from the top are the dedicated to dual link. The next two video insertion physical sockets act as a separate insertions. The same field only, although we know that only two of them left in the machine. If we have just the main cards, we should define how many of them we are using. So two in that case.